What are you doing?
Thinking about moving out of my mom's basement.
And how's that going for you?
It's not going too well.
Are you a fan of this show right here? This show right here. Can you see that?
You know what's funny? I'm actually uploading a video about that right now. No, I don't even care about this stupid show. Are you kidding me? Why would I care about that show?
Okay, well, this is why you should care, Mark. This is why you should care. Let me read this right here. This is from Ironheart Baddie. He said we need to show up for Ironheart just like we did for Sinners. Stream it on Disney Plus. Post about the show on social media. Leave positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Show Marvel Studios that Black heroes are more than comedic relief or side characters. They deserve the spotlight. If you don't know much about Riri Williams, but don't feel like watching other projects to catch up, here's a 10-minute video recapping on all you need to know about our girl before watching the show. Do we need to watch the recap?
No, we do not. We actually do not.
Listen,
Mark, I seen your video on this earlier, and it actually inspired me to talk about it because I totally forgot this thing was coming out. I didn't forget. I didn't know. I forgot.
I got my homie Abel. Shout out to New York City, just like this cash right here. Abel, my man from Man Cave Podcast 101. This is what he says. He said, I got through the first 2 episodes. It really ain't that bad. Disney Plus have put out much worse, to be honest. Now, Abel, you my boy. I love you dearly. But we all know when it comes to that Marvel, you can be a little shill. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Abel. But
well, the thing about it is what you just read there from the Ironheart Baddie or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Whether or not the show is good is not relevant. For Black people, the call has been put out there. It is your duty as Black people to support this show. All right. Regardless, you can't be critical. You can't judge it. All right. They according to them, for white people, it's already a given. They're just going to hate on it because they're racist. But for Black people, there's no excuse not to watch this show. None whatsoever. And if you're Black and you don't watch this show, you might as well just turn in your card. It's over for you. It's a wrap. You will be expelled from, what do they call it? The cookout.
Well, Mark would have said, you mean to tell me after how they did Jonathan Majors Kang, after they did Marshala Ali, Blade, how they did Killing off of T'Challa, I still have to support this show because it stars a Black role? Is that what you mean to tell me?
That's right. Now you're getting it. And this is the most insulting thing of all. Because
I reject the hypothesis.
What was that?
I reject it. I reject the hypothesis.
It was just amazing to me because in the run-up to the release of the show last night, the whole screen on Twitter just blew up of nothing but shills. Yeah. And we had no, up until then, there was no buzz for this show. Nobody was talking about it. There was no anticipation out in the streets. But all of a sudden, you had all of these posts on X where everyone was talking about, I'm ready, this is it, Black people, we got to support this. And that was surreal, but that's what we got going on here, man.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. Real quick, D, I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all know how I joke around saying DC better. I like the DC universe better. But it's not much when it comes to Marvel. I love Marvel as well. But this right here, this show right here, I'm just not hyped to the point I don't even want to waste my time. It's so much other things I could be doing to watch this character. This character does nothing for me. She didn't do nothing for me in Wakanda Forever. I don't want to see a legacy character of Tony Stark. I just don't want to see it. D, speak on it.
I was going to say, whenever you hear that, like that person who said you got to get out there and support this as if it's Sinners. Sinners was its own original story. That's why it got supported. It wasn't a knockoff version of anything. Well, you will have some people try to say it's a version of something, but you know what? It isn't. It's its own thing. There's so many stories out there. You will have some stories that will have some similarities. So them trying to say that Sinners was something like something else is stupid. But what I want to say about this that really annoys me, every time this conversation comes up about a quote-unquote black hero, they act like 1998 didn't happen when Blade came out. I'm going to repeat that for people in the back. Y'all act like 1998 didn't happen when Blade came out. Blade was actually the first, even though it wasn't MCU, he was the first Marvel superhero that was black, that just so happened to be black, that came out and crushed the theaters.
Facts.
Okay? Y'all need to stop it. Sit down. All the way down, in the corner, put the dunce hat on, and don't talk for like the next 3 hours. That's what I need y'all to do. How about that?
Abel said the AI character was not good. They got AI in this? Is you talking about like the Jarvis type character? Let us know. Because I'm telling you, Abel, I know you love everything Marvel. I get that. I respect that. You know, I joke with you all the time saying DC better, but I honestly respect your love for Marvel. But it's just been so much trash coming from Marvel lately. I just don't have the strength in me to watch this stuff. I just don't.
Nah, I mean it doesn't help that it's on Disney Plus. Ain't nobody trying to subscribe to Disney Plus for crap like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that in the example of Blade is an excellent example. But Blade was actually before the establishment of the MCU as we know it today. So I like to use Black Panther there because when Black Panther came out, that was the talking point. You know what I mean? Like, was he going to be able to headline this when we already had Thor and Captain America and Iron Man and things like that? So when Black Panther came out and destroyed the box office, that officially destroyed the narrative for the MCU. So for them to be saying this now, it's so sad to me because this is how we keep ourselves in one position and we can't grow because these same people who are telling you to get out and support Riri Williams and Ironheart, these are the same people who let T'Challa get killed, even though it was T'Challa in the MCU as we know it today that kicked down those doors. But when it came time to kill him, everybody sat back. Like all of these people who are talking this, we didn't sit back, but those people who are talking the way that they're talking now, it never occurred to them to support this original character that we had established that already proved that it could be $1 billion moneymaker, and it's gone. You know what I mean? They don't see, and that was in the movies. We're just talking about on Disney Plus. That was in the movies, making over $1 billion. But these people want to support Ironheart. You know, what about T'Challa? No one's even talking about that, right?
Well, I'm praying and I'm hoping because we didn't cover this on Dark Council, but I'm praying and I'm hoping. But we are talking about Marvel. Our boy keep hinting that he may be playing that Black Panther role, but the only thing that I'm iffy about is it OG T'Challa or is it son T'Challa? And I don't even like to say son T'Challa. I just say T'Challa. Now, D, have you seen this? D, what are you doing?
What's this?
This man ain't even paying
what
attention.
Is that?
D, we ain't even talking about what's on the screen. Come on, bro, stay focused. Get out them DMs. I keep telling you to stay out the DMs. You drooling, looking crazy. Got a
what
crazy.
What are you talking about? It's talking about Ironheart reactions.
No, D, you got a crazy stare. You got a crazy stare in your eye, like you talking to somebody in the DMs. Look at you smiling.
I'm not talking to anybody in the DMs. Nice try, though.
D, this is what I was asking you. Have you seen the interview of where we potentially might have Black Panther in Avengers Doomsday? Did you see that?
No. I know you. I saw your video. Well, I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw the thing.
No, you didn't see
the character that
you didn't see.
The kid.
You did not see it, D. You did not.
I saw the thumbnail, so I'm trying to tell you that you put up that had the kid for it.
This is the next.
I saw that part.
Panther.
Let's just watch this and then explain everything.
Yes
oh yeah, I did see this thing. I did see this. Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
It.
Yes or no? There's some speculation out there in the universe that you could be cast as the next Black Panther. Have you had any conversations about that? Yes or no?
Yes, no.
By the way, the yes, no means yes.
Could mean no.
No, probably means yes. If they asked, would you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. Next yes, no. Yes or no?
Mark, I remember what you said, and you said he looked too girly or something along them lines.
No. He's got a youthful energy. If the MCU were going to cast him, they would cast him as Tabasco, as T'Challa Jr.
You think
absolutely 100%, because they're invested in it now. You know, they showed the story, they set it up. They're not going to walk it back. That's not the way they work. You know, there's nothing that Nate Moore has said, and there's nothing about Ryan Coogler in the way he thinks about this that would tell me anything different. You know, if it were to be him with that youthful energy, definitely he would be T'Challa aged up.
That's funny you said that, because when I was talking to Chill about it, I said it's almost like I don't want to say an immaturity, but it's like a not maturity there, you know, and nothing against the actor. I can just tell he's young. I could tell he's young because he act too giddy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like
that youthful energy.
Yeah, that youthful energy.
Yeah,
that's the best
I
way
get what y'all saying. He does have that, because if they were doing what we want them to do, which is to recast him, they would need somebody who would be more regal, which that's what T'Challa is. He's a king. They need somebody more regal who kind of has that air about him, and that's what Chadwick brought to that character. So I don't know. I mean, listen. I mean, they could flip it and put Ryan Gosling there. I'm just saying.
Man, they do that. I promise you, I'll be done with them. I'm kind of done with them now. But since none of us have seen Ironheart, let's just read some of the reactions real quick from the show. Now, we got one reaction from Abel. Abel said the show wasn't that bad. He's seen worse. But to me, that still sounds mid. And this is 3 episodes so far that they got out. Do y'all guys know that it's only 3 episodes left of this show?
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes. Yeah.
This is how much confidence they had in the show. But let's read some of the reactions.
Hey, they could have put it all out like what's that? Echo. They put the whole thing out. So they feel they have a little more confidence in this than Echo.
Bro, that Echo was trash on another unbelievable level. I'm talking about D. I'm gonna have to do it. It was trash. On top of trash. Let's read some of the reactions though. Ironheart reactions. They admit Ironheart sucks, but look at how they are getting ready to blame you and call you an R word for his failure. Ironheart has some fun moments, but it's never interesting enough, nor it manages to stick to the landing. Bland characters and a super uninteresting plot that doesn't know where it wants to go. A disappointment overall. That's Hollywood handle. Let's read a few more. They always say people don't like Ironheart because she's a black woman. No, I don't like her because I read the comments and didn't like her there. Boy, that's cold. That's cold right there. Skin color is irrelevant. I know you need that to be the reason so you can feel safe in your echo changer. But reality, Ironheart is pretty solid with good performances from Dominique Thorne and Alden, how you say that last name?
Ironheart.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah, you know who that is.
Han Solo.
Y'all know,
Han Solo, correct.
Y'all know who that is, the fake Han Solo, but doesn't quite soar since it really takes a while to get going. Now, this sounds like a Shield, and even the Shield is saying it's not that show. He said it doesn't quite soar since it really takes a while to get going, and the villain isn't great, although the finale is well worth the watch. I don't care
How
if
the finale and it's only been out 3 episodes.
He probably saw the whole thing. He'll Shield.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just shout out Air and Animal.
We got 75 people watching. Y'all keep watching and smashing that like button. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, I just missed it. Yeah, Air and Animal says black nerds I'm in the right place.
That's
now,
my boy. He just texted me. What up, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Tell some friends too, because I see people shouting out some of the other channels and some of the things that they're saying over there.
Yeah,
it's like what we're doing over here is a lot more honest. No disrespect, but I'm just saying, if you want to talk about a black character and what it symbolizes and what it means and how it falls short and everything, this is where you're going to talk about it at. Because if they're going to invoke our name, as black people and black community and stuff like that,
yes, sir.
then I think what we're saying, should be just a little bit.
You should hear it from the horse's mouth.
Significant.
That's where you should hear it from.
Basically, what this man said, we're not grifting. We only telling you the truth, and it's going to be entertaining.
Hey, I'm grifting.
Well, all right. Well, D is grifting. Me and Mark not grifting. We only telling you.
I'm joking. I'm just kidding.
What we want you to do, share this stream. All we ask you to do is take this link to this stream and post it in the text messages. Tell somebody on your phone, hey, it's some dope black guys. They're telling the truth. Or you can put it on social media. Boom. And we'll be rock stars. And you guys will be rock stars. Thank you so much. Hire an animal. That's my friend right there.
Sharing is free. Sharing is free. Just share the link.
We just some real cats on here, man. You know what I mean? Talking our talk, watching what we watch and everything, and just being real with it. So definitely tell some friends, tell people we're here. Yeah, because YouTube out in these YouTube streets, man, it's kind of tough these days. What YouTube is doing to the numbers.
Oh, YouTube is
we need all the help we can get.
Well, I keep telling everybody,
YouTube is being diabolical right now.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I keep telling everybody. People don't want to listen to your boy Fatal J. It's going to get worse because that stuff that happened in Vegas, and YouTube name was all over that news. They're going to get more strict, especially on you channels out there who want to keep up with the drama and grifting. But I ain't gonna go there. I'm not going.
No, I got it even worse for you. I've heard that the real reason why it's going to get even worse is that they are going all in on channels that. Hold on, let me make sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Hold on, let me put this up.
Speak on it, D. Speak on it.
That makes them money. So if you're not one of those heavy hitters. Yeah, they're going to be pushing that algorithm way. They're going to suppress you down so they can push those other people who make them money.
So we asking the viewers, and I call viewers my friends. We asking our friends, share this because y'all can fight the algorithm for us. We appreciate y'all so much. Between YouTube and Twitter right now, we got 83 people. Y'all smash that like button because I'm gonna tell you something.
Like the smash.
If y'all don't hit that like button, smash that like button. I want you to meet the So, Mark, it's a video out there where Robert Downey Jr. is totally not trying to promote the show because Marvin's making him. He's contacting them. So let's check it out right here.
Unbelievable.
Oh my.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Guess why I'm calling? It's June 24th, which is
It's Dad's birthday. Happy
my
birthday.
dad's birthday. Thanks for considering. Also, God, you've been doing too much press. Ironheart premieres today. It's all been leading to this. Isn't that exciting?
Oh my God! Thank you. Thank you for the call.
17 years from the birth of the MCU.
Oh
to
my
the
God!
premiere of Ironheart, and we're in this love together.
Man.
So psyched.
Man.
I've grown so fond of you. It's bananas.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'll be watching it with the world, and we'll keep each other posted, yeah?
Oh my God! Okay. Yes, we will.
All right,
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Listen, I don't care how many times I watch that. It's the cringiest thing ever, bro. It's like, first of all, why is that 60-year-old man calling this young girl laying up in her bed in the morning? Or is it at night? Like a booty call.
Mark,
like,
it's
what the hell?
They're friends. You didn't know?
Why is a 60-year-old man friends with this little girl where he can call her while she's laid up in her bed? Come on, man.
Hey, it's Hollywood, baby. Hey, that's Hollywood, baby. You know how Rachel Zegler said? That's Hollywood, baby. You know how the magic works.
I was about to say, take your rollie in the sky and wave it side to side. You know what I'm talking about. You know
A2D2, what's up?
What up, A2D2?
What up, baby?
I'm gonna show you how much Marvel cares about this show. I will give them props if they brought Tony Stark back from the dead and put him in this show. But you think they're gonna do that? Do you really think they're gonna do that? Why is you even calling up for? Do Robert Downey Jr. got that much clout that he'll make this show a success?
No.
I agree.
No. I mean, listen, man, it's bad enough that they cast him as Dr. Doom. Like, to me, it's just one bad move after another. I hated that. You know, when he came out and took off the mask, I was like, what is this? You know what I mean? Seriously. It's like I keep saying, I've been waiting for the Fantastic Four done right to blow my mind my whole life. So that means Dr. Doom has to be done right. I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. underneath that mask, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's terrible.
I'm glad you said that, Mark. People getting hyped because he Doom. No, if you getting hyped for that, I'm sorry to say this. You a sucker. You a sucker.
I'm sorry. Look, I know he's likable. You know, we all like the dude. He's got great likability. Yes, he does. And he was great as Tony Stark. But that doesn't mean that you could do this and you can pay him all that money they're paying him too. You could have got a much better actor. Well, a much more appropriate actor to play that role if you took it seriously.
You know Javier Bardem that was in Doom? Javier Bardem.
Perfect.
I would have took off the DC crown and I would have put in the Marvel crown and I would have said, you know what? That's it. Y'all won. Y'all won.
Yeah.
But
man, Dr. Doom is no joke. All right. Robert Downey Jr., he always looks like he's got a joke on his mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't really take him seriously. He's just got that kind of person. Like I said, we like him. He's got great charisma. But for Dr. Doom, Javier Bardem, that would be perfect because we know he's menacing.
He's menacing. I know you seen No Country for Old Men. You seen No Country for Old Men?
Yes, I did.
That's a villain, man.
Yes, that's what I mean. Scary. What's wrong with being scary?
Yeah,
you know, everybody just can't be joking all the time, bro. And that's the thing that Marvel, like, they really leaned into that. Like, I know humor is a good thing. It's always been a part of it and everything. When you read the comics, you see that. It's also funny sometimes. But I just think they leaned way too much into that, where now, you know, in combination with the multiverse, there's just no stakes anymore. There's no sense of danger.
Yeah. Most definitely. Still leg history. How many times did they drop the B word in the show? They dropping B words?
Yo, wait till Lorena gets here because she has some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay on topic. And Mark, I'm trying to find that post because you had a very interesting post about this show. I was very shocked that they did this, but I know why they did this because they trying to get the black people to watch it. You're not going to get those same Black Panther numbers again because it was lightning in a bottle. But this is what you said, Mark. You said class is strong. It's truly poor placement. It's like someone said, let's do the James Gunn thing, but instead classic rock. We'll use classic R&B because you know she's black. Now let's see what Mark with a C is talking about. I'm only gonna play little bits and pieces because this is a song and this is YouTube. You know what they did to us last time on Dark Council. So this is the part where the black folks go, hey,
right?
You know. Let's continue.
The problem with that is, so there is a slight disconnect. Like with, I guess with the people that they're trying to get with this is the youth, and the youth now, like Gen Z. If that was Gen X, that would work for us. If they played this song for us.
No, this shit would not work for us.
No, I'm talking about the song. Forget about the show. So I'm just saying as far as the song itself will resonate with Gen X as a youth faster than Gen Z as a youth. So it doesn't make sense to me they're putting this song in there. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like as a Gen Xer, it stuck out even more. Like if you're talking about song recognition, I get it. We would know the song before someone in Gen Z would. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, definitely. But there's another side of that too, because I do recognize the song. I know that it's totally misplaced here. You know, like it just, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, you're taking a smooth R&B song and putting it to an action sequence.
I hate to say it, but
correct. That is wrong. Yeah.
Hold on, Mark got an excellent point, because that leads me to believe it was Caucasian people that was behind this scene.
Of course it was. Come on, where you at, bro? It's the blacks. The blacks will love it. Just like every time they have any kind of character that's in a video game, they gotta play some hip hop stuff in it. Yeah, the blacks love the hippity hop. Let's put that in there.
Well, see, listen, because to me, like a perfect song to action sequence was Beastie Boys' "No Sleep to Brooklyn" with Guardians 3. Now that kicked ass, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, that was great. Now, if you had taken, and I know this is way before Generation Z's time too, even though my son loves this song. Let's say you took Run DMC's Rock Box or Raising Hell or King of Rock. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it would have done much better, because you're talking about a kick-ass song while they're kicking ass. But you
I'm the
got
king of rock.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Run, DMC.
Bro, I would have watched it if they had that in there.
Yes, because it would have kicked ass. But you're talking about Shaka Khan. Ain't nobody love me better. How does that translate?
And don't get it wrong, Shaka Khan, that's a classic. But like Mark said,
nobody's saying it's not. That's not what we're saying.
But when you think about that song, you're not thinking about kicking ass. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Correct.
No, not at all.
My boy Abel said, as a half Caucasian, guilty for dancing, but we could have picked another song. That's what I'm saying, Abel. That's all I'm saying. If you try to get that black crowd, get the right black songs on this. Don't put this on there, because just like D said, this don't even fit for this generation that's watching this show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brother man, to you,
I
Got the Power like, is another good one. You can't go wrong with I Got the Power.
Yeah, correct. And I was going to say like this here, for me personally, it ain't got to be about a white or black song. Just put a song that makes sense. How about that? If you're gonna put a song that's gonna bring, hit that nostalgia feels, you can put any song in there as long as it makes sense. I don't care if it's Aerosmith. Put something in that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
What's that Aerosmith? I love that Aerosmith song. What's that song?
I don't want to close my eyes.
I love that song.
Fall asleep because I miss you,
man.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Bro,
even if I dream of you.
I love that song, bro. When they played that in what was that song when they were saving the world from that meteor?
Oh, Armageddon.
Bro, now that's how you place a song at the perfect scene.
Hold on. I got one better for you. If you want to go pound for pound with Disney PLus, you know what's one of the best? When they put Punisher, they had Metallica in there. When when he's loading the clips, bro, that was dope. Now when you put Metallica with Punisher, now that's a good combination.
That's how you
put
a
good combination together.
That's how you do it. But this here, let's continue.
Now that didn't work.
Oh, is this the guy? I mean, excuse me, is that the she? Is that the pronouns?
That's a slug. That's the transgender. The MCU's very first transgender. Yeah, there it is.
Which one is that? Name? With holding the computer, or the one behind?
No, in the background.
That's like what Ice Cube said.
That's a they them. That's a they them.
That's a he she. You know how Ice Cube said that in the beginning. I mean, LL Cool J. Excuse me.
And then tried to play it off. Yeah.
All right, let's continue. I'm skipping parts because I don't want to get in trouble.
The drive. Feeling most with. Hey girl, how's the house going?
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and a lot of people ain't gonna like this. And let's just say Fatal J speaking on behalf. When it comes to black people watching these movies, it was lightning in a bottle for Black Panther, but it's not that big of a crowd when it comes to the black community watching these movies. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a ton of black nerds out there. But when it comes to black men and black women watching these type of films, it's just not an audience.
Oh no, you're right. It's a niche. It's a niche market for us. It really is. This is what I'm saying.
The I don't care
stuff.
Yeah.
No, the geekdom stuff becoming mainstream. It still is not really that popular. If you're going to say with the black and brown people, it's just not.
But this is what I'm saying. Okay. When you watch these comic book films, and we got the perfect person in the back to speak on this. When I'm talking about these films, when it comes to the man and woman ratio, how much percent is it men watching this show opposed to women?
It's always been the go-to is always going to be leaning heavy towards the men. So you could say 80-20, you could say 70-30, you could say 60-40. It don't matter. It's always the higher percentage will always be the men, regardless.
I wouldn't even be generous enough to say 60-40 when it comes to men and women. I'm thinking, and this me being generous, 80-20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got a perfect example for you. There is a lady in my job. She's around the same age as me. She don't know. I thought it's not even just comic books. I like having fun at work. I'll throw some pop culture reference in there. I'll say something like Pinky in the Brain. She don't know. She know nothing. Nothing. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So it you have to stay. It's a disconnect between what guys like and what ladies like, and this is the problem when you're looking at how the modern entertainment industry, they want to split things 50-50. That's not how this works. It never worked like that.
Now, this is what I love about the Dark Council show. We have representation. You know what I mean? We're not just speaking spots. Yeah, we're not just speaking. We got people who really live this. And this young lady in the back, who is the greatest producer, and she got a new gaming channel that I got in the chat that y'all need to subscribe to. And from what she told me, because this show is supposed to be for her, she says it's trash. Let's get it on.
Yes. Hello there.
Evening, gentlemen and guests.
Lovely Lorena Triol. Oh my God!
Now she's a brick house.
Yes, yes, please. Thank you.
Make me blush. Literally, I was too pissed off last night to drink as much as I wanted to. Watching this god awful show, and yes, as Demajane would say, total trash. I cannot say it as good as him.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I give it to you. I give it to you right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Trash.
He's been watching
100%.
Lorena, before you say anything, how did you feel when you saw this scene right here? Hold on. What was running through your mind when that scene happened?
Somebody needs to, besides Shaka Khan turning in her grave, besides the fact that the music did not fit the scene whatsoever.
Yeah.
That yet again, Marvel, the MCU has decided maybe if we throw some music video style stuff in there, no one will notice how trash our show is.
Wow.
Because they did it with Daredevil. And and a couple of other ones. I mean, it was ridiculous, and it just added to the ridiculousness last night. And I had my channel members watch this with me live. As a matter of fact, I have to edit all the video, but that's something else that they brought up. They said, no, this show does not deserve Shaka Khan.
I agree
on this trash. What?
Can I just say, in the interest of responsible journalism, Shaka Khan is still alive.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
If you're like me, you just got a little bit scared there.
No, hold on, Mark. She was cooking so good. I was like, damn, when did she die? I swear I was thinking.
Yeah. I thought the same thing.
Don't scare us.
I'm a bad fan girl. I really am.
I was Googling just now.
Shame on me.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
We done lost some legends, so don't scare people now.
While we get ourselves back together from that shock, let me blow Brian up. See ya. Brian, thank you so much with the $10. Disney has been trying to change the target demographic and is failing on every front.
Completely.
Yep. 100%.
Completely. I know I heard y'all talking earlier, and Damaj and I talked about this on my channel, I think like last year or something like that. That when you're talking about, first of all, I am very, very, very atypical. Okay. I'm extremely, extremely atypical. All right. I am not what you would normally run into on the street. Okay. I'm just not. No one really believes that I'm into nerd stuff, but I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually I would say it's probably like 80. Well, now maybe like 80% men, 20% women, but say 10 years ago, that's probably 90% men and 10%.
I agree.
So you have to know who your demographic is.
Yeah.
Even with that being your demographic, you want to do this show. You need to do this show as it should be done. You would be targeting a male demographic. First of all, if I was programming the AI, it would not look like Clippy from the Microsoft Office.
Okay.
They put that.
Look, Raina, that's funny you said that because Abel said he saw the show and he said the AI was trash as well.
Who said that?
Abel, he's a friend of the channel.
Okay. I'm not going to say the AI is quote unquote trash because the AI, and it has to deal with the actress who played it. Okay, because she was on This Is Us, and I'm forgetting her. Was it Lyric? I think that's what her name is.
Lyric.
But even though I had no interest in the AI, her acting was so funny despite this trash script that I couldn't help but like her. So that was just my thing. It was mostly because of the actress rather than the topic. The AI, they ripped off of Jarvis, decided to put some street slang in there.
See, that kills me though.
Why
it can't just be a regular AI?
Because they don't want to do the work.
So Lorena, you talking about I think this clip show it. Is just the AI? Oh man, that's terrible.
I'm gonna say this right now. Okay, this drag queen that they dropped in here. First of all, they're not Fabulous RuPaul drag queen back in the day. Fabulous, no. This person has no redeeming quality whatsoever, and that character is freaking forgettable. And there's only one reason that they put that in there, and that was for the Skittles Nation to say, "Yes, we got one. Yes, we got representation." Yes. That's it.
And not only that,
she's a crap hacker.
And to bring, I gotta say it, to bring down the image of the black man.
Yes, because you cannot have, and again, this goes back to Riri showing up in Wakanda Forever. Okay, the story about her and her stepfather. All right, why they have to have it end with him being shot, him being taken out of the picture. Yet another example of a young black woman growing up without a father. Okay. A father who obviously loved her, a father who taught her how to do that stuff. he wasn't taking the shortcut with the engine. It's like, no, I need to put it together, strip it down, put it back, by itself. That was their bonding thing. But you can't have that. Okay. You can't have that because of, patriarchy, whatever it is that you want to call it, which is absolute nonsense.
Guys,
Lorena, I'll piggyback on.
Hold on, D. Hold on. Shaka Khan is not dead. Okay. So Danny, Lorena, Randy, you started something up in here. She's alive. She's alive.
My gosh. Okay, not for nothing, but when you find out that it's not the truth, can you just build a bridge and get over that?
Lorena, real quick before I get these super chats, please tell me this is not the AI. Please tell me.
That is the AI.
Oh.
Although I'm going to say it's the AI, yes and no. There's some magical shenanigans going on.
But Lorena,
yes.
do you think this is disrespectful? Like, why it can't just be like Jarvis? Like, good day, ma'am. The equivalence of the astrologies is saying that you should fly right.
I'm going to do you one better. Okay. If I were writing this show, you know who the AI would be and go voice one and look? Naomi Campbell.
Okay, kind of good. Speak on it though. Oh, her accent,
the British accent,
the British Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
The fact that she's a supermodel, she's good looking.
Yeah.
And actually talks like she's not freaking ignorant.
Hey, girl, you better fly right. They're gonna kill you.
It's like, no, we're not going.
Hey, real quick before you jump on to that next thing, I just wanted to. Oh, go ahead, hit that, Miss Martin. How you doing, Teresa?
Miss Martin, always supporting everybody. Thank you so much. They got Super Slide 75. We might be meeting up this weekend. If my wife don't kill me. Thank y'all so much for the $4 for the this is what he says, for the eye candy. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, Super Slide.
So I was going to say, I was going to piggyback on what Lorena says. That's not the first time that they've done that. They did that with Monica Rambeau, who in the comics, her father was very much in her life. Not to mention that she had nothing to do with Carol Danvers, but her father was very much in her life. So that on top of what Riri is a whole nother thing. Like, why? Because black? Is that what it is? Because black, you can't have your father in the house? Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's exactly what it
like
is. And we really gotta start identifying it for what it is, man.
Mm-hmm. It's like feeding into that stereotype for real. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying, man.
So D, why, as like the Ironheart baddie was saying, why should, as a black person, I should support this show? And all you doing is giving the negative stereotypes. Because of the same reason that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yep.
Because that's what the system tells you. You are a monolith. You didn't know that? Everybody here is a monolith. We all think the same because we're black. And if you don't do that, you're a coon. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, that's true. Lorena, from the first 3 episodes, what is your ratings on the first 3 episodes?
Is there a minus scale?
Damn.
I mean, first episode gets an F. Second episode gets a D minus. The third episode gets a D. This show does not know what it wants to be. It doesn't even know what time period that it's in.
Wow.
Okay. You go
break that down. What you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that, one, mixtapes. Who the heck is doing mixtapes these days? No, I kid you not, brother man. Hold on, a mixtape. Yes, a mixtape. So you're talking about AI mixtapes It's not like Riri has earbuds in or something like that. She
I
got
told
straight
you
up
white people
Walkman
wrote this
headphones on.
White people
Okay.
wrote this show. White people wrote this show.
No, like cell phone usage. And then she's going to talk about a Discord in the same episode.
Nothing against white people because I love my white brethren. Nothing against them.
But
I'm just saying, it's just them uptight. I could tell it's them uptight, never been to any black barbecue, nothing that wrote this show. I could just tell.
And not even uptight in a funny way either. You can absolutely tell, although it was funny when dude walked over to that lady's house who had a dog and just started like cutting the flowers off. That was actually pretty gangster because the dog kept crapping in his yard. That was actually funny. But no, the people who write this are the ones who I call them the white saviors. Thank you, Fox. That's exactly who they are. They're the white saviors, 50-year-old white guys who never had any fun, never partied for spring break, never listened to NWA or 2 Live Crew, never did none of that. None of that whatsoever.
Their heads would explode if they listened to NWA or 2 Live Crew. It should have been like that Dave Chappelle skit when he was a white black Klansman and the dude took his thing off and the guy's head exploded. That's exactly what happened.
Funny. Oh,
his head would be like, straight out of Compton, what?
Boom! It was just me, the white guys I knew, listened to NWA and Public Enemy and all that, blasting it out in the frat house, which is pretty freaking funny. This show is garbage. It is so garbage. I think the person who wrote it, she wrote, I think, a couple episodes of Snowpiercer, but her resume is so thin. I believe so. Her resume is so thin you can read through. However, just because her name is on it does not mean she did the final draft. You know what I mean?
I agree. Super Sly said something a very good, interesting question in the super chat. Thank you so much, Sly. He said, y'all blaming Ryan Coogler or no?
No, he didn't write it.
He just put his name on it, but
he just put his name on it as producer.
He probably didn't put his name on it. Disney probably put his name on it to try to get that street cred.
That's true too. Producer credit, it's just like you can get thrown that in as a courtesy. That's why you see so many actors who they'll have a big movie, and next thing you know, they have producer credit on the movie. It's like, what is that? It's just for it's just for cred. Yeah, for producer credit. But Ryan Coogler had nothing to do with this.
So Lorena, you give this a negative what?
I give it a negative 2. Dang. I will give it a negative 2. Whoever wrote this, all the cooks in the kitchen or whatever, have never written a cohesive script from start to end. I would rather go back and watch Captain America and the Winter. No. What the heck was that?
I'm about to say that's a pleasure.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I would rather go back and watch that twice. That actually had way better story writing.
I'm like, D, that's bad.
Than this crap.
That's bad.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, you playing it? Now listen.